I reflect on this campaign, it often reminds me of my grandfather. My grandfather was an enormous influence on me growing up. He was born in 1899 to a poor rural family in Cuba. When he was a very young man, he had polio, and it permanently disabled him. So he couldn't work the farm, and so they sent him away to school. Now, when I was growing up, my grandfather lived with us. And on many days, I would sit on the porch of our home and listen to him tell me stories about history, about politics, and about baseball. Now, it's been over 27 years since I sat on that porch. And so all the details of the things he told me are not as clear as they once were. But there's one thing I vividly remember. It was a powerful sentiment that he wanted to make sure I understood. And that was this: that because of where he was born and who he was born to, there was only so much he was able to accomplish. But he wanted me to know that I would not have those limits. That there was no dreams, no ambitions, no aspirations unavailable to me. And he was right. See, I was not born to a wealthy or connected family, and yet I have never felt limited by the circumstances of my birth. Now, why is it that I've been able to accomplish the things that my grandfather could not? Why did my dreams have the chance that his didn't? The answer is simple. I am privileged to be a citizen of the single greatest society in all of human history. There's never been a nation like the United States. It begins with the principles of our founding documents. Principles that recognize that our rights come from God, not from our government. Principles that recognize that because all of us are equal in the eyes of our Creator, the result is in America, which is the only place in the world where it doesn't matter who your parents were or where you came from. You can be anything you are willing to work hard to be. The result is the only economy in the world where poor people with a better idea and a strong work ethic can compete and succeed against rich people in the marketplace of competition. The result is the most reliable defender of freedom in the history of the world. Simply put, there's nothing like America in all the world. And even today, with the problems that we face, who would you rather be? Which country would you trade places with? When was the last time that you heard news accounts about a boatload of American refugees arriving on the shores of another country? For many of us who were born and raised in this country, including me, sometimes easy to forget how special America really is. How different America is from the rest of the world. What makes America great is that there are dreams that are impossible everywhere else, but are possible here. For the better part of 234 years, Americans have chosen something very different. Americans chose individual liberty instead of the false security of government. When you're young and in a hurry, the meaning of those moments escape you. Let your light shine before men. Thank you.
Secularstupidist.com, conservative.com, rightosophy.com.